It seems like the apocryphal books really fill in some missing blanks. And I'm just wondering, I'm speaking specifically about 1st and 2nd Maccabees and Wisdom and Sirach.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just wondering, did Jesus ever refer to these books in his quotations?
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate the question. So if you look up critical references in the New Testament to the deuterocanonical texts, and that's the way Catholics understand them, deuterocanonical rather than apocryphal, there are so many that scholars have claimed that there's no possible way I could refer to them all. The deuterocanonical texts, as you know, fall in a collection of Old Testament books that have been translated into Greek called the Septuagint. Whenever the New Testament cites the Old Testament, about 90% of the time, it is citations of the Septuagint rather than the Hebrew manuscripts that they cite. And so that's the Bible that the apostles were using.
Okay.
The concepts that pervade the deuterocanonicals are everywhere in the New Testament, sometimes quite explicitly. And that includes references in the Gospels. The easiest thing to do is just go do an internet search for New Testament citations of the Deuterocanonicals, and you'll find so many that you can't possibly add them all up. Christ himself he's the Son of God, and his interpretation of Scripture is completely authoritative. And yet, he is also a human person who lives in a human history and availed himself of the cultural hermeneutical tools of his age. John Bergsma's book, Jesus and the Dead Sea Scrolls, for instance, has come out quite recently within the last year or two, is an excellent scholarly study of the way in which Christ engaged and made use of the hermeneutical, that is to say, sort of interpretive schema presented by contemporary Judaism of his day, which, of course, was just saturated with deuterocanonical texts, as well as other Second Temple Jewish texts that are all presupposed in the writing of the New Testament. I'll give you one really outstanding example of this.
Okay.
The concept of a single Messiah king in whom all of the promises of Old Testament expectation were fulfilled is not itself an explicitly Hebrew Old Testament idea. You'll find intimations, you find hints and themes and streams of thought that sort of point towards the future, maybe a Davidic person or a suffering servant or a son of man, but they're not all tied together, right, in the Old Testament itself. That's a Second Temple Jewish idea. And, of course, that predominates in the New Testament as the interpretive framework for understanding Jesus, right? So, yes, the answer to your question is it's absolutely inundated with this stuff in the New Testament.
All right, Todd, thank you so much for your